So I was recently talking to a friend that had just graduated from his master's, and he was asking me whether or not I knew any job positions that were available because he had been looking for a job for months and he didn't get any response from any employer. After receiving his resume, I realized that he was not using his resume to his advantage. Even though we were talking about how the job market is difficult, I realized that if he just tweaked his resume a bit, he could start getting more and more responses from employers. So here are some reasons why you might not be landing the job you want. So the first thing that I noticed when I received my friend's resume was that he was not quantifying his achievements. You could be very experienced and you could have had internship experience and you could probably accomplish a lot of different things, but if you don't quantify your achievements and actually transform what you've accomplished into numbers like percentages, people will read it and they'll think they've seen this a million times before. Try to transform your achievements into numbers and percentages. That way, when people read it, it no longer looks like a generic sentence of I accomplished this and that, but it can seem like you know exactly what you are doing. The second thing is checking whether or not your resume is ATS friendly. If your resume doesn't pass the ATS system, it's not even going to make it into the hands of the recruiter. So make sure that your resume is ATS friendly, try to avoid too much graphics and designs, and make sure that it's readable and in a PDF format. The next thing is not using cover letters to your advantage. Now, a lot of the times we get responses from people saying that cover letters are useless, it's not necessary anymore. My best tip is if you really care about this position and it's probably your dream job or somewhere you really want to enter, write a cover letter for it. Whether or not recruiters or hiring managers read it, if it's important to you, you should take that extra effort. That's not to say that cover letters are all just full of effort and it's tiring, but cover letters are also very advantageous, especially if you have red flags in your resume, such as career gaps, or you have some skill sets positions looking for, but you might not possess. A cover letter can only do you more good than harm. And lastly, just a small little bonus tip, maybe a reason why you aren't landing the job when you're applying to these roles online is because the job posting might be a ghost job. What this means is that it's a job opening for a position that might not even be available. Now, companies do this because they want to show that they're still growing, even though they're not actually actively recruiting anymore. So keep in mind when you're applying for jobs that you're not applying to a ghost job. For more tips and advice, check out our blog for more.